I wasn't planning to make a video today, so this is recorded on the phone. Hope it comes out okay. I just popped up here today to sort out a little bit of weeds that have grown under these two panels. I never bothered covering under here, it wasn't worth it. So that's all I came here for. And when I got here, I saw these ladders on the floor and I thought, that's weird, they ain't mine. And this site has been hit again. So even despite your rather harshly worded warning labels, look, you can see they've pulled it out the bottom, cut the cables there, and they've cut the cables at the top. Now they couldn't get these ones out, but what they have done is they've cut another section under here. So this is all part of this guy's site. And if we go under here, you see they pulled it out of here, which came out the bottom of this breaker box. So they want to cut it here, and they can just pull the cables out. So if we follow this all the way through, we'll probably find, yeah, somewhere around here is the other side. I'm not going to touch it because the police are on their way, I call them. So they would have pulled all his cables out. Yeah, so this guy's got hit. And if we go to the next site, one more up from me. So this guy has been hit, which is a bit unfortunate because after last time, he kind of tried to copy what I've done here. But, well, a bit of a half-assed job. If I go around and have a look. So you can see that he's cemented in some of his cables, you know, all the way along here, and he's done a few more behind. But remember, these boxes are not protected. They all have a common key, so easy to open. And I hope this comes out in the lights. Where is it here? So you can see they cut the mains cables here, and then they come around here, cut the mains cables up there, snip, snip. Very simple. You can see the fasteners on the ground, which they just, another one around here somewhere, yeah, which they just cut off and cast aside. So, yeah, I mean, that's a 300,000, 400,000 yen job to fix. Also, if we go around the back of his site, you can see he kind of tried to copy the design of making cages around the breaker boxes. Here's one, but again, these breaker boxes themselves are not secure. This is a common key. Every single box that this manufacturer makes shares the same key. And I know that because I've tested opening 3 sites, like maybe 20, 30 of these boxes, they're all the same. So he did do the cages, but that's no good if you can open the box and snip them there. And I'm not going to bother walking anymore, but there's one here which has been cut, and the next guy over here has been cut as well. Yeah, 4 or 5 guys in a row. Mine, of course, is totally fine. Nothing's been touched at all. Again, super happy with all this effort I went to. I'll just go over and show you as a reminder. So, caged the entire thing in, right? So they can see, I mean, they could cut it out of spite, but they're not going to bother because what's the point wasting time, right? So that's the only exposed part, but then you can't get the cables out because you have to cut them on the other side. They can't get to that because this is all caged and this is all concreted in. And to protect against those common keys, I put these brackets on myself with a padlock and this little security panel to cover the padlock, so you can't even get to that with bolt cutters. This one might be easier to see in the sun if I can get into the shade. There you go, same idea. Concrete, and then cages around, and then a bracket around the box with a padlock and this little custom made cover, so you can't get in to cut that padlock with bolt cutters, right? This is the only way to secure it. And all my cables concreted in, of course. My second breaker box, same thing. You know, you're not going to get through that. Not without an angle grinder and a half an hour worth of effort. It's just not worth it. And a load of noise. That's how it's done. And all the cables running up. And of course, I showed this ages ago, how I did those. So, that's it. Quick 5-minute video. Just to show how often these things happen. The guy one more down, which, see, was it this one? He seems okay. They've prized open a couple of boxes, but it looks like all of his power converters are online, so he's good. And then the next one down is Chris, and then Chris is okay because the trail from the road comes in along here, and around New Year, somebody cut that right back, all the weeds and all the trees. So from the road, you can actually see, which one's Chris's? I think it's, I can't see in the light. I think it's this one here. So from the road, you can just see his main breaker. So I guess it's too risky for them to do something which might be in sight. Anyway, so police will turn up soon, and that will waste an hour of my time explaining who I am and why I'm here. Then I'll get this done. Cheers for watching.